Think of it this way. How much will Ale and his Aethelings be willing to set out, knowing that anyone could attack and take London so deep in his territory? Some say that the Kentish are preparing to strike back.
Kent, really?
Yes,
I wouldn't believe
I
it.
have heard. I have heard many things. There is war all across the land.
Oh, thank you for your time anyway.
He closes his book again and goes to take a drink and says, "Of course, and as you know, Sir Civ, we did not have this conversation."
Never.
So, what do the rest of you want to do? Where is that noise coming from? Does anybody else hear that?
That
clicking.
weird tick,
Yeah,
tick,
that
tick.
clicking. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I hear it, but I don't know where it's coming from.
It's not loud enough to make someone's mic ping.
I suppose we should find out what King Serdic's representative wishes of us this year.
You mean Prince Sinric?
Yeah, Prince
Of
Sinric.
course. So you're going to meet with him, Adewald?
I suppose
Are
so.
you taking anybody with you?
I think Sir Civ sounds like a good person to have along to help figure out what he is insinuating.
All
I'm
right.
surprised you've already heard so much of me.
Oh, I did grow up with you, apparently, so...
Yeah, can we figure out where that clicking noise is coming from?
Alright, I'll mute myself.
I had muted myself when you guys started complaining about it, but I don't think it was
Yeah,
me.
it's not.
I think
I
it's
thought it might have
Eric.
been my ceiling fan. I don't know, but I can't hear the clicking noise, so I don't know.
Can you real quick, Eric?
I don't think it's mine because I'm on a microphone, but
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's probably
I don't.
something in your background that's
Yeah.
that's picking up. It's probably not your mic, but
yeah, I have headphones on, so I'm not sure what it would be. But
I don't hear it for
I
now.
don't know. Can you just do the mute on mute thing until we figure it out during a break or something? I can hear it. It's driving deeper
not
into
me.
my
I was
brain.
muted.
Alrighty then. I've been muted this entire time.
I was muted when I heard it too. Anyway,
Anosh? Or is it you,
Yeah.
Arthur? Arthur.
If it was me, I wouldn't be able to hear
It
myself.
sounds like the chat notifications I hear sometimes.
It's like it does it like
Yeah, that. I don't know, but it's gone for now, so let's keep it there. Good.
It might be my ceiling fan. That's the only thing I can think of.
I hear it again.
I think it
Yeah,
is.
then it's my ceiling fan. That's what it
Alright.
is.
Yeah, can you just do the mute on mute thing? Just so that,
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. We're going to keep moving ahead. All right, Sir Civ, Sir Adewald. Actually, are either of you higher than Sirs yet? At least one of you has to be a banneret, right?
I'm a banneret.
I had a question about that. So, do I still have those 3 knights?
I'm a
Castle
banner as
Knights?
well.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that bit.
All right, so you're both bannerets.
They only had 2 though.
Are either of
actually.
you barons yet?
What are the requirements for Baron?
A lot.
I don't think I am. I think you have to have 30 knights for that or something like that. So no, I'm not there.
It's a large gap.
No.
Let's see.
Adewald needs to work for a while to get there. I don't think anyone is getting there for a decade at least. Decade and many strategic marriages later.
You would be surprised. Okay, so Baron must spend 26 pounds a year to support themselves, must live as a rich knight, must make sure his vassals, landlords, blah, blah, blah. 25 knights, 30 to 40 manors.
Yeah, we're at. I think he's at.
Some of you might be close.
I think I'm
Colleen
at
might be
15.
close, actually.
No, I'm at 16 manors.
Colleen might be rolling up on there.
I think he was
I
about
might
the
hit
same
2K.
time.
Like, I don't know what happened last year, so I'm at 1,700, I think, something. I might hit
Oh,
2K
you're
this year.
figuring out your total glory totals?
Glory.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just type them into chat and we'll get the current ranking.
I have no idea what mine is, how it got affected last year, so I haven't...
So last year you would have just advanced based on personal glory. So
Okay.
anything from spending from your mansions,
Okay.
any money that you spent would be glory. Any mansion money would be glory, and
So that's up to 100 glory, really. I think.
Yeah.
I got 100 glory for defeating 2 black dogs. I don't know what we did.
yeah, you fought some black dogs and you protected
Yeah.
Merlin. You would have also So this is for 498.
Yeah.
Did you participate in part of 498? I think you did.
I did.
Yeah, that was the Merlin year. So just add all of it up and then do, normal glory, any stats you have above that certain 16 or whatever.
Yeah. 16 or higher.
I think Aidwall's probably way far in the lead if anybody else with 5,000. All right, so Sir Civ, or Banner, well, I guess you're still called Sir. So Sir Civ, well, they might call you Banner. Let's go with Sir.
I like Sir Civ better. Cause
Sir Civ, Sir Aidwald. You go to meet with Prince Cynric, and Cynric is very amiable. He's probably man-spreading on a seat very high, like close to the Countess, very high up. And sipping on some fine, like dark red wine. Probably the bottle is in French. And he says, Sir Aidwald, Sir Civ, excellent, just who I wanted to see. I've a task for you this year, Sir Aidwald.
Yes.
I understand that you are the military commander for the combined forces of Western Silchester and Salisbury.
Oh dear, I hope not.
As your Countess negotiated with me earlier this evening, your forces will be answering to us when we march to war this year.
Indeed.
Is there any posting in particular that you feel that would be superior to your talents, Sir Aidwald? It is unusual for one of such low rank to command so many troops as you have left, but 'tis dangerous times in Britain.
Indeed. We have a one of our number, Sir Marcus, I believe, will be our strategic leader in the upcoming year. But we have no particular preferences in terms of wherever your liege needs to send us. Although we certainly would enjoy the opportunity to strike down some of the Sussex and Essex men.
I do hear that in the Far East, Kent actually seeks to retake London.
Yes, I've heard that too. It's a private matter between Saxons, you understand.
Indeed.
Actually, I should speak on you with that. All of the Saxon kingdoms are prepared to offer alliances to many of the counties in England. Just remember that you have sworn to us, for soon we will be choosing among ourselves the Bretwalda, or High King of the Saxons. Of course, to rule Britain, only King Cerdic, my father, heir to both the lines of Saxon and British knights, should be ruler. 'Tis only makes sense under God, correct?
That is how
Someone of
the
both
Lord...
worlds. A strong ruler. Do not allow the other princes and King Ale to sway you with the messages they send this year. Whatever they promise you means nothing compared to what we have promised you. A true alliance. We've got your back.
Hopefully not with a dagger.
He's nodding towards you, and he's kind of like, are you guys nodding back and like smiling and shaking his hand, or are you just
Edward
staring at him?
is
A true
sort
alliance
of
in one
raises his
where
glass in a toast to a
a
true
true
alliance.
alliance in which one side will protect the other.
The bonds of fealty, as all knights have ever had. And he raises his glass. He says, it may not be the Saxon way, but it is the Surdic way.
So, raise a glass and a toast.
As
And
well.
drink deeply.
And when I spoke of Kent, I merely meant it as a distraction, if there was some sort of rumor of that sort.
So,
Are you saying that to him, or do you literally mean you're telling me like you're saying Kent to distract him?
No, just saying Kent to distract, like basically if they wanted to attack Sussex, if they just figured out that London was going to be attacked, they might put some more forces there.
So he says, yes, Ace and Kent is currently planning, well, how deep do you want to go into this? He, like, gestures over to the map where Sir Marcus is standing alone, and is like, so the gesture is like an invitation. Do you want to go with me and I'll tell you how things are, or how much do you care?
I don't think we care a massive amount here.
All right, so he
A short
you're
summary
like,
will
no,
do.
you're good, and Cynric is like, well, Kent has its own problems, but if they want to deal with Essex and Sussex, so be it. Kent has been out of the wars for many years now. Their troops will be quite strong, and they'll be recently reinforced by the new wave coming over this summer. Well, while we may not hold very much territory, what we do hold here in Wessex is quite delectable. Strong production, good farms. While Salisbury may not be worth as much as it once was after last year's losses to its populace, it is still a strong holding, and we believe that perhaps we could make a move towards Marlborough. Expand Salisbury's lands quite a bit. I hear Donnington's nice this time of year. Like he looks at his glass and swirls it when he says about Donnington. So, is there any direction you'd like to take our forces this year?
So, can you click where Marlborough is?
Yeah, Marlborough is the giant circle that has no color in the middle of everywhere.
Which,
It's based around Wanborough and Donnington.
So it's
You've
basically the
been
no
through-
man's land between Riddicham
Yeah,
and
you've been
us.
through Marlborough a couple times. Uffington, which is where you had a couple battles, is there. The Baden Hills, which is where you fought the Satanic Elf Knight, is also in Marlborough. In fact, you've probably spent more time fighting battles in Marlborough than any other place on the entire map. Been there a lot.
sounds like we need to make a castle there.
So, Marlborough currently has no leadership. It's just, like, knights. And people, like, pass through it and raid it on the way to somewhere else.
So, I will... Prince Cynric, I do think Marlborough would be an excellent strategic choice for us to occupy. The land strikes me as, well, it is a rather important crossing point between many lands, and fortifying it, that border would be to our benefit.
You think that you could take the remaining forces of the Salisbury-Silchester alliance and hold Wanborough, then?
Well, it certainly depends on the actions of the other forces this year, but so long as we are not. But if that is what you require of us, we can.
Would this be out of character? A kind of like this would be what we're doing, or is it we still get to go to the Jenna thing?
He's trying to like get your word on this. Like, if you're gonna say we're gonna take Wanborough, he's gonna be like, okay, you're taking Wanborough then.
And that'll be our year thing that we're doing.
Yeah,
Instead of Jenna.
yeah, he's like holding you to it.
to clarify
So-
it for.
Do we maybe you want to do an intrigue roll to see what we know of the current
Well,
likelihood
I
of
thought
who's
you
going to
wanted to
invade that
do
area?
less war things and more
I
solo
want to do
missions.
less war things. Is certainly, but I thought we had already committed last session, so we
Yeah.
had.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. You guys don't necessarily have to lead the attack. Or you can split the party. But you can just... if you want to, you can just be like, I think it'd be a good idea to move on Marlborough, but we don't have the time this year. That probably would sound like a dick. But just send either someone like Sir Alan or Sir Germain the Dragon in your place to take it.
I think that's what we
You
do.
don't have to do everything yourself.
Based on our success rate, and I don't know what our current skills are now that we have the full party again, but I'm not sure going ourselves is the best of ideas. What do you guys think? Do we have a battle person this year?
As long as it's for the sake of for Salisbury, I believe I could take over. I've been learning more from defeats of others than just focusing on the victories of the few.
So what are your guys' thoughts?
I simply believe we should avoid battle as much as possible in these coming years and hone our skills and regrow our forces.
In that case, why don't we send the others, like Germain, to take Wanborough, and we'll go questing this year? Does that work for everybody? I don't know. Anosh, what are your thoughts?
Sounds fine.
Well, it would be... Questing would be interesting, though. It seems that all the efforts to prevent our lands from falling into Saxon hands have failed. Perhaps we must seek a new direction and allow God to guide us.
I love that you're saying this with Sinric standing right there. You're like, all attempts to keep it out of Saxon hands. He's just like...
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it was just us
Yeah.
discussing.
I think we're mixing OC and OC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So,
Well,
final show of
so-
hands here. Do we want to go
West,
to
yeah.
Wanborough or no?
I'm
So,
happy to do it, honestly.
X in the chat for questing, Y in the chat for going yourselves to Wanborough.
And they split the chat. And Anosh said Z, so I don't know what the fuck that means.
Come
Okay,
on,
so it
Anosh.
looks like we're going questing.
That means I'm going with, like, that's the... let's
Go with
back to-
majority. All
I said
right.
I'm okay.
So,
Anyway.
Alright, so apparently everyone decides to go questing. So you are committed to sending Sir Germain the Dragon and some amount of your remaining troops to Marlborough.
yes.
Okay. How much of your forces do you want to send there?
I will send.
You have knights numbering in the several hundred, and I'm talking about like overall the county. You have knights in like the several hundreds rather than in the thousands now. Like overall, you probably have less than 500 knights, and no men at arms.
I was planning on sending 2/3 of what
mercenaries.
I had in terms of knights.
Oh, so you're sending your personal forces there? Interesting. Okay.
A couple.
Okay. Sir Marcus, Sir Germain the Dragon, I think challenges you to your yearly log versus sword contest out in the courtyard. If you're down for that.
Yes, certainly.
Perhaps
We shall see.
While you guys are wailing away on each other, he's like, "Ha ha ha ha! Ah, Sir Marcus, you are still as unfortified and tiny as ever. But I have a question. I don't know anything about siege warfare. I'm going to need to borrow your siege engineer, Felonius. Otherwise, I don't see the Marlborough attack going down at all."
Certainly,
Sounds
you
personally
may.
reasonable.
That is something that might. That's something we might be able to work out.
Yeah, and like while you're saying that, He's still fighting you, and like bashes you up on the side of your head with a giant log, and it hits you in your armor, and you're like, ah!
Time to rumor monger. Sir Marcus is starting to agree with Saxons.
Oh
No.
shit! Okay, so
What? Yeah.
here's the deal: you have dispatched. It sounds like you're just dispatching a significant fraction of your forces to Marlborough under Sir Germain the Dragon with the siege engineer.
Yeah.
That's happening. What is your plans for questing? What quest would you like to take up?
Lady Jenna, I believe.
What about Lady Jenna?
That she's been going to and from the forest whispering names, and there's a lot of smoke coming from it. It sounds like a funeral thing, but it sounds like the Countess was also worried about her state of being. I'm not sure about everybody else, though.
So there's that one, and then there's the search for the bastard.
There's also join the mercenary forces of Devon and fight Wessex. So let me know which one or multiple ones you would like to undertake this year.
That feels too dishonorable for Adewald's taste.
I was hoping I could get Sir Marcus to dip his toes in that one. That feels like it's right up his alleyway.
It is. So
I'm very happy to do that.
all right, so we'll do the X, Y, and Z voting. So search for the bastard heir is X. Search for going with King Mark is Y, and Z is Jenna.
You can put multiple things in, just in case you have multiple things you want to do.
And why was the attacking the Wessex?
Because we're sworn to them, so it feels pretty dishonorable to me.
I'm going to go not for that one, actually.
No, I'm joking. But seriously, I'm happy to do.
The voting solved nothing.
Well,
X's.
I put X as my first choice and Z as my second.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't,
X-
that's
Like I said, you guys can do multiple things this year, so...
Okay.
Let's
The
start off X. Let's
majority
see what happens.
rules, unless we want to have Sir Marcus break off and do his own thing, which is perfectly fine if you want to do your own
No,
thing.
no, I was kidding.
Okay.
We could do X
Yeah.
and then we.
The question is, which one do you undertake first? The quest for Lady Jenna or the quest to the Forest Savage?
I think.
I mean,
Lady
why not
Jenna.
Lady Jenna? I mean, it's closer for one thing. It
And it's
seems
also like
reasonable to do first.
we've known her. Like she's kind of like she's Salisbury family.
Yeah. And we've already had a request from the Countess to look into
And
it,
someone was
so-
her wife before they died.
What?
Or am I thinking of another one?
You're thinking of another one. No one's married
Okay.
Jenna yet.
Okay, there's a lot of different names that are like that, Anna.
Yeah,
She
Jenna's
almost got
worth mega
married.
bucks. She's the daughter of an earl, man. She got manners on manners.
All right. Well, to follow Lady Jenna then?
And so the four brave companions creeped about the woods like a bunch of nerds stalking the Lady Jenna.
Wow. Thank you, Arthur, for putting us into the
Yeah.
most heroic tone.
I thought so. Thought you would like that part. So what is the plan here? Like, morning comes, you know, it's still spring. Lady Jenna is currently in the castle. I mean, you know.
No, you got to do it when she goes out to mourn.
Okay, all right. So you're
So-
waiting until that happens then?
When did Sir Alan say that it was, or when is it
just-
the rumors
just
around?
happens. So yeah, I think that 3 days later, like the day of a full moon, she disappears from the castle, and no one like sees her leave.
Well, I suppose we shall head into the forest to see if we can find any sign. And also keep an eye out for that rising smoke, which would also probably lead us to her.
Yeah, there's definitely the rising column of smoke, which no one will comment on. Like no one says anything. Even though normally someone would be like, "Oh, there's a fire in the forest near the castle." Like no one says that.
So,
'Tis not commented upon.
I guess we set out on our steeds into the forest, following the trail of smoke.
It is your call.
Okay, so when you go, the kennel master, as you're like saddling up your horses, the kennel master, a very squat, pugnacious fellow, is like, "My lords, I heard you were going to go help the Lady Jenna."
Aye.
Very well. This is my greatest dog. His name is Chesterfield. He is a bloodhound of unparalleled descent. Take him with you, and he will be able to find Lady Jenna much more easily for you. In fact, I would guarantee that this dog can find it for you.
Well done, man.
So he gives you like this beautiful coated like golden retriever. The dog just like looks up at you and is like, bark. So to advance this storyline, you're going to have to hunt for Lady Jenna.
Well, Sir Marcus, I believe you are our hunting specialist. That runs in your family, does it not?
No, hawking is my family's primary interest.
I like
Hunting
how
is something
disinterested you
Robert
say when you say
indulgent.
that. You're like, hawking is my family's primary interest, not the peonic sport of hunting.
That was something Robert indulged in.
So are you splitting into multiple hunting parties? Are you taking one? Who's the hunt leader?
I'm sticking with the main hunt leader. Is anyone
we-
hunting?
Do we have a hunter?
Does anyone have the hunt skill beyond the basic? Oh
shit,
my
it's gonna go
God.
so badly.
Well, the good news is you get a plus 10 because you have Chesterfield and you're on home territory.
And
That'd
we're
be a
also
12.
following a giant column of smoke.
Does anybody
Be
feel
that hard.
particularly loyal to getting Jenna back?
That is
Loyalty.
a
Be
loyalty
a loyalty
thing.
lord. Could be a loyalty lord thing.
I can't figure out how to make it honor.
Well, it's
I
not
will. Okay, I will. Can Robert feel particularly loyal towards
You mean
lady?
Marcus?
Sorry, yeah, Marcus feel particularly loyal towards.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna go badly. Let's do this.
He rips his armor off and wanders naked in the forest.
Yeah.
Looking for Jenna.
Woohoo!
Yeah. All right.
Just barely.
Give
Oh, you only
yourself,
had a 15?
give yourself a check and
Yeah.
plus 10 to your hunting until you find Jenna. Except if you don't find her by the end of the day, you're going to go nuts.
Yeah.
So you currently have
Well-
a plus 20 to your hunting skill.
Let's hope she's out there.
Okay. Go to it, man.
All right. Let's do this hunting shit.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Make your roll. So, sun's not even up yet, but boom, you're already on the path, Sir Robert.
17.
Yep. You are 1/6 of the way there. So the sun advances a little further in the sky. The Chesterfield is just like, whoop, 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 shoom! And I think probably all the time you spent hawking, you know, you're used to hunting in a way. And so, yeah, you totally like, boom, you're out there. You got it. So let's see
Okay.
what you got.
Hang on, let's see one more row. 13.
Okay. Is that a critical? No. Yeah, you
No,
said 13.
it's 13. Yeah.
And I make a counter hunting roll for her. Yeah. So you have a success. You move your box one segment further.
Woohoo.
Let's see here.
Should I give a third one? So,
Yep.
Well, this is, yeah.
I'm just
Like,
trying to.
come on,
figure out-
Chesterfield. Oh, Chesterfield, come on.
Oof. Bit
8.
too low.
Yeah. Chesterfield, are you sure that's the right way?
You have an 8? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a success. Okay, yeah, like you're